Good evening, everyone. Monday, 14 July 2025. We are walking and talking. Give it a minute to see who all joins us this evening. You'll be thinking about having one talk. He's in a pretty bad way. Just finished doing a pop-up shower here. Of course, it's almost sunset, so the cicadas and whatnot are going crazy. I don't know if everybody can hear that or not. It's pretty noisy. Crickets and cicadas. Sophia B, first in the chat. At least first person to sign off. Good evening. I was talking to TMT earlier about the not sage. Why do I want to say sage? I'll think of the plant name in a minute. Not the salvia, the lavender. My blue lavender is pitiful looking. Like the blue flowers have all dried up. Like they didn't fall off. They're just dry and like crusty green brown looking. But the plant, like the leaves are still green. So I don't know if that's just a seasonal thing or if it's like dying. Any tips, tricks, or comments on that? I'll take that gardening tip. We got Teresa B in the house. Again, what chat did y'all just hop over from? Did I miss somebody else's live? Whose live stream did I miss? Damn, it is humid. I'm not sweating, it's just humid. It's like a sauna on the pavement. Oh, Hutch was on, okay. I didn't get a notification. I don't know how I missed that. I was on, bouncing back and forth between YouTube and Rumble, watching two different shows. Never got a Hutch notification. Womp womp. Still alive, more flowers to come. Excellent. Well, that's promising because I was worried that maybe it was getting too much sunlight. Then I was thinking, no, like when it grows wild in a prairie or whatever, it's just going to get sun all day. But I rotated that little flower pit, about 30 degrees, so maybe it wouldn't get as much for a little while and see if it did anything to it. But it's been like 3 days. The dragon's breath is flourishing, and the salvia is still good. So these pretty comments. Deadhead, dead flowers, cut them off to the green. Okay, I'll do that when I get home. Repotted a inside plant bamboo that we've had that was from a funeral several years ago, and we repotted that into a larger pot and put it outside on the porch because it's probably, I don't know, at least 5 feet, maybe taller than one main stem. It's kind of intricately braided at the bottom, kind of a, I don't have two hands to make the motion, kind of a figure eight looking at the bottom, but it's tall enough now that it was falling over, and where it was sitting inside, it was growing sideways, trying to get to the window. So we moved it outside and kind of propped it up, put a few zip ties on it, and that held for a couple of days. But decided that it eats a steak, so we got a steak for it. And then I went ahead and cut out a bunch of the brown leaves off of it, help get some of the weight off of it and make it look healthier. And I think that's made an improvement. I don't know how much taller it can get, and continue to try and make it grow straight up without any lattice or something for it to kind of, because the pot's bigger. Honestly, for the long haul, we should have got a bigger pot than that, because if the base can't grow out to support its weight and the pot's not heavy enough, it'll just fall over. I mean, it's good now, but I don't know how it'll be, 6 months or a year from now. I guess on the upside, come winter, we can slide him back in, but we'll make do. All right, so if you read the video description, yep, steak use lattice to be supported. Yep. And we've got it well up on the porch because we don't want it to like propagate in the yard. Don't want that to turn into a point of contention with the landlord. So far, they've not said anything, and I don't think they will. Especially now that I trimmed all the dead off of it, it doesn't look like a fire risk because it had quite a few brown leaves. Because as soon as I got done doing it, I was like, oh, it's like when you trim a dog and you make them too short. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, this weekend saw Superman with fam. By the way, stingy person gripe. It's $52, almost 51 and some change. 2 popcorns, 3 drinks, a pretzel, and a pack of Reese's Pieces. The concession is ridiculous. We saw Superman. I don't feel like anybody can retell the story of Superman anymore. Like, they've played that out. Like, I mean, it didn't feel like I was watching a new movie, because how many times can you retell, big picture wise anyways? I guess you can change the immediate scenario or whatever, the immediate controversy, but like, how many times can you retell the story of Superman? Exactly. So, but all the gripe in the socials about it being some sort of propaganda or having like a political slant to it, I didn't really see it. Like, I didn't feel like there was any like overt dog whistle or like nod to any particular political agenda that I picked up on. And I don't know, maybe it could have been there and I didn't pick up on it because I'm like dumb, or my ears don't hear in that frequency, if you will. But overall, it was just a okay Superman movie. As far as, I mean, it was a good time, I guess. But I never felt like wholly engrossed in the film, and normally the big screen does that for me, even if, like, I've seen very few movies in my life in theater that I didn't feel mostly captivated, in the moment. Like, I could suspend my disbelief or whatever to like get into the movie And I didn't ever feel totally that way with this film. So I would probably not recommend wasting your money seeing it in theaters, but maybe when it's on Amazon or Hulu or wherever DC movies end up, yeah, it's a good time. You know, for your 12, 13-year-olds or older and up, yeah, rent it, have a family movie night. Don't feel bad about it. Um, Let me get back and check the chat. Let's see here. Oh, Gen X Gemini, what up, dude? Got Gen X Gemini in the house. If any of y'all want to jump in, I'm going to drop the link again in the live chat. I didn't send out PM invites on Discord just because I do that and nobody but TMT and sometimes Pat ever respond. And that's only when Pat sees it, which is rarely. Usually it's a PM later, like, oh, I didn't even see this. But anywho, if anybody's got anything they want to talk about, this is kind of an impromptu thing. In fact, I had to like really muster a lot of I did like find all my motivation to get out and walk. The whole truth is the scale's moved about 4 pounds the other direction. And so I probably need to like back off the chips and cheese dip and move my ass some more. So before tactical man meat makes us all look ashamed. We're supposed to go swim last Friday, and then we had some stuff come up last minute, change plans. Like a night swim. I guess they turn like most of the lighting off, and then you just swim in the dark with a bunch of strangers. I don't know about all that. Let's see what that's about. I guess we'll try again the next time. You can do it like bi-monthly or whatever. Or I mean, not bi-monthly, bi-weekly. Like more than once a month. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, just gotta get out and walk, move some more. Right now it is like warm pea soup. Like it is so humid that it's almost foggy. Which is crazy because the weather's been pretty mild for summer the last few days. Like I think yesterday, maybe like peak sunlight, it might have broke 80 degrees. Because we've had like off again, on again, off again, torrential rain for like half a day at a time for most of the past week. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like if it would stop raining, I'd just like to get out and walk some more. But I mean, I guess this is preferable to it being 104. The next 2 months is going to suck. And that's what I tell myself now. You got to go do this, even if it's just for a little bit. And doing the live stream is motivation to like do it. Because I can yak at the internet, holler into the void, and then there's proof that I did it. Hey, babe. Walking and talking, talking and walking. Yeah, I see where they're saying the flooding in PA is bad. The flooding in Texas is still, in other parts of Texas, is still not good. So I said New York, parts of New York. I think there's just a lot of places getting questionably unseasonable summer rain. When I'm walking by a Ford. Man, so you can joke about that. My first car was a Ford. Like all of my mother's side used to drive Fords for the most part. Never had a real super major issue with it. And then I have had like, what I'll tell you I'll never buy again is like a Dodge Chrysler Fiat. I'm not doing that again. I'm not too proud to admit that I have been in a I've repressed the memory. That's how bad the experience was. Not a Chevy HHR. What was the Chrysler version of that? Why can I not think? Come on, y'all help me out in chat. The little, like 1930s gangster looking old folks car. Why can I not think? Yes, thank you, God. I've repressed this. PT Cruiser. So we had bought this used PT Cruiser for cash, just something to stop yet. And she drove that, and I drove her old SUV for a while, whatever. And then we got her into something newer. And I drove the PT Cruiser. This has been almost a decade ago now, but I was taking the boy to daycare. Was merging onto the interstate. Like, so I'm looking in the side mirror, whatever was merging. And he's in the back seat in his high chair. And he's like, "Daddy, the car's on fire." Like, you sound like a 60-year-old black woman. And I look forward and I'm like, holy shit, the car is on fire. Because he said that about the time that I noticed that I had more exhaust than normal. I was thinking, man, that's not good. Like, is it just because it's cold or am I burning oil? And he screams that, and I look forward and like it's just licking flames up over the hood. So we pull over, and I call her and tell her like it's good. Turn the car off. Like, unbuckling seatbelts. We're not jumping out of the car yet. So she came and picked him up and finished taking him the rest of the way, and then picked me back up. But we've got one Jeep product that's not a Jeep now. I don't want to completely say, but anyways, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. This is just one thing after another. But I'm terrified to buy something new too, like brand new. Because like then you're paying full weenie for it, and you don't know if it's a piece of shit or not. So kind of live in that. Can't seem to break out of that economic income level where you buy stuff that's like 5-6 years old, but it's like paid for. So yeah. Daddy, the car's on fire. Bobby Bama. Prayers to Jay. I know everybody here knows, but Jay over at Prepared Citizens Training Group, he said that they had made some end-of-life decisions for his father. Well, his father had made some end-of-life decisions for himself. Decided to take a knee, fighting the good fight. So keep his family in your thoughts and prayers, and then your good vibes. Whatever positive energy you have to send them. He said he was still working, still processing orders, but not doing. Was taking a break from the YouTube stuff for a while to kind of soak up what remaining time with his dad that he might have. I can appreciate that. I can honor that. But he said he was still processing orders as speedily as possible. So if you want to go, he's got a new EDC kit. I say new, relatively new within the past month. It's a Schlissmann plus a 4-inch pressure bandage and one pair of rolled gloves. Like with the gloves ready, you just pull a little napkin holder thing off of it and put them on. And that's a pretty concise basic package and doesn't take up much more than just a Slishman would. And it's only 5 smackers more than the Slishman by itself. So I go buy 2 to 3 of those from him. And use the code Red Chungus, save 10%. That basically negates what the shipping costs you. And it's like a win-win for everybody. You might put a little comment, sending something positive in the notes. Tell him you're thinking of him. He calls all of his subscribers warriors. Thank you, Teresa, for dropping that in there. Same to TMT. He's still stove up right now and has to force through it at least for a little while longer so he can get some conventional medicinal relief. So be thinking of TMT. Dude, I'm down to 1 Slishman. I gave another one away the other day, and then when I got home, I was going to get another one out to replace the one I carry in my pocket. And I was like, shit, I'm down to the 1 in my ankle rig. So I'm going to have to make that order that I showed you the other day. Got to bump that up. I went ahead and took that ETQ white off there and bumped up the Slishmans because I know I'm going to keep giving them away, but I need to get more than the 1. I don't want to bounce one around from get to get. That's the whole point, is they're cheap and simple. Like I even went looking in my hunting bag to pilfer it, see if I still had a couple in there, and I had moved those out after hunting season. So I'm down to 1 Slishman. And you gotta, coupon code or not, you gotta buy. You should think to buy several of them and make it worth the shipping, because Jay's the cheapest authorized seller of those. He's cheaper by everybody else by at least $1.50. And then his flat rate shipping, I don't know how it is to everybody, but from Alabama to Arkansas, it's like $8.50 or something every time. So even before he had the coupon code Red Chungus at checkout, which I've still not used myself since that's been a promo. I'd always try and order enough of them that the price savings that he offers, on the initial price, kind of balanced out with the shipping over buying from somewhere like Refuge or the 1 or 2 other places in the States that are authorized. Just because I like the idea of helping out a super like-minded dude. No ego. I'd rather see him and his wife have this blossom into something than put it into somebody else that kind of thinks like us, but is also like a semi-cult leader who's also already like set for life, essentially. It's not a talking down on the other places. It's just I've putting my money where I would like my intention to be. So so anyways, I normally buy like at least 5 or 6, depending on whatever else I'm getting. My brother-in-law, talking to him back at Father's Day, he said he had ordered a radio off the link I had sent him. So he ordered one of the pre-programmed radios from Jay. And I was like, cool, so here's the cheat code. Now that you've got one, you download Chirp and set that up on your computer. And then you clone that radio, like save it on the Chirp or whatever, and then you can just copy that over to any additional radios you get. So technically, via repeater network, we could talk to each other from his house to my house. But neither of us are licensed ham operators, and that would require us using a police frequency. So we're not going to do that unless it's a dire emergency. But we could do it. It's kind of cool. Like several miles, big hill, several miles. But that tower is tall enough, and that repeater is strong enough that we could do it. 5 viewers, that's cool. I don't think I've ever held 5 viewers for that long. Thanks, everybody. Self-promotion moment, if you would, like, share, and sub to Lawfully Armed. I know it's kind of an impromptu Monday evening. How's everybody's work? How's everybody's week going? This morning, it felt like it was going to be the Monday of all Mondays. It felt very extra Monday. Yesterday's pomade. Welcome. What'd you think of Honda's new channel name? You know, he's no longer E Honda 420 because he said that he was at somewhere where he bumped into somebody he holds in fairly high regard, like another bigger YouTube channel or something. Had the opportunity to introduce himself, and the guy was like, "What's your YouTube channel name?" He was embarrassed to say, you know, that the 420 part of his name's not like the focus of the channel, and it, when you say that, it kind of puts people in particular, like it puts you in a box. Like you're gonna like lean into that becomes your identity, you know. And that's not what he's about, at least not anymore. Not to that level. So he has rebranded himself as Apolitical Biker. Have a play on words. He is a political biker, but then he is also apolitical. So I think that will serve him more with his moto vlogs and still doing the opinionated live streams and stuff. I think that will serve him better. And I told him I understood and agreed that it does make it easier to like brag about. Like, hey, catch me some nights on this dude's live stream on YouTube. Oh, what's his channel name? Like E-Honda 420, standing in the middle of the gun store. Everybody like at the age of 40, 45 gives you like an eyebrow raise. Yeah. Yeah. Cans, bolt-ons. Got it all, baby. There's a preheat for Mac 11. If we can get the replacement parts we've been trying to order to come in, that'd be pretty awesome. 31 rounds of 380 in like a second and a half. 1,200 plus rounds per minute. It's ready to fire. It runs optimally. Looking for advice on new. All right, shoot. I don't ever feel like I get to tiz them out on the gun stuff. We don't ever talk about that in anything below surface level. You've got what host in what caliber you're wanting to suppress. And then as far as what I would recommend would be kind of like you're building a video game character, like you're balancing all your stats. Like you want light, you want quietest, you want quote unquote full auto rated. You know, so that it'll take the heat from mag dump after mag dump. Or you want like a stupid light hunting silencer like a Magnum rocket. I'm just filling the airtime on you. Respond back. Curious about reliability on blocks. I would buy an aftermarket barrel of a reputable manufacturer for whatever model G-Lock you've got. And then be sure it's in common thread pitch. And then be sure that whatever silencer you get has the Nielsen device or booster or piston. All the same thing, just different names depending on the manufacturer, what they call it. Be sure you have that because that's necessary for any of the open barrel lock breech pistols. You got 1911 or a Glock or basically everything common semi-auto besides like a Beretta 92. That's why you see a lot of Beretta 92s is pressure host because of that. P38, like falling block design or whatever, where the barrel like travels backwards until the lock gets out of the way. That and then the super cutout slide on Berettas make them like nary have a failure to eject or stovepipe. Round can't do anything, just fall out of the way. It's like almost unheard of. It just flop back in because of how exposed the breech is. Howdy ho, says Calvin Republic. Thank you, Teresa. You're on today. I feel like somebody. I got secretaries. Everybody's love bombing Calvin. Turn the camera back on while the light so you can see that I really live. Booth life. It really does me a favor to turn the camera off so I'm not like looking down on myself. Keep my head up, look around. Stretching out of this door. Went for a quick walk one day, a week or two ago. Wasn't during anybody's life. And I didn't bother to throw the fanny pack or the fence on. And fucking dog, man. Like they can smell it. So, and it wasn't like a big mean one, but a younger one, loose, testing boundaries, you know, at the edge of his yard, across the street, doing the mean bark. Kind of had his hackles up, but I don't, I could take him. My plans always give them like the finest kick across the face ever, and run. If they don't, so this time I strapped up. So now I just get to look like that weird guy walking in the neighborhood with a fanny pack on. I saw a thing on Facebook the other day that said, just a PSA, ladies, if you live in a blue state and your man wears a fanny pack, he's gay. He lives in a red state, he's packing a gun. And that made me kind of giggle. Because it's kind of pretty much true. I mean, when it's like a real fanny pack, like it's a sizable one. Of course, everybody at CCW just say they call it all that. At least I don't know. I guess I shouldn't assume that everyone's like me, but everywhere I go, I'm talking to people. Entire mannerisms, how they carry themselves. How's the audio? Nobody's complained about it, so I assume it's good. But you know what assuming does. TNT, I thought you wanted to get in on this. Just for the boy today. Anyway, oh, fuck you, Kellen. Don't mess with me now. Damn it. Thank you. ACR, what up? I'm coming to you live from the bowels of hell. It's a little scratchy and low. I'm sorry. I can hear some word. 5x6. Is that a thing? All right, cool. Now I got to go back to the chat and make sure that I got on a tirade about silencers and didn't actually read his question. It's just looking for Vanish 9K, super lightweight one, does on a booster. I don't have the experience with that. All the Silencer Central stuff is direct from them. They were the first outfit to get a variance letter from ATF to be able to sell essentially direct to consumer from their website. How they got that was technically they have an FFL in all 50 states. And so you do the paperwork online through them. So they file the Form 4 on your behalf, kind of like silencer shop offers. But then, unlike you work through a partnered dealer at a silencer shop kiosk inside of the FFL, your local FFL, they once you're approved, they ship it to you from their FFL in the state you reside. Now, I've seen where some of the silencer or central stuff is starting to become available for distribution. So I guess that's where people have seen their advertisements or heard things, want to get hands on. But I don't have any first-hand experience like hands on any of the silencer central products. So on that specific unit, I am no help to you, sir. I apologize. So I would be dubious of the sound mitigation properties of a pistol condom that didn't use a piston or a booster or whatever. Because unless they're making it out of unobtainium, I couldn't fathom it being very good and be light enough to cycle on like a Glock or any other tilting barrel lock breech pistol and be reliable. I just wouldn't think that it would be light enough to work properly and still allow the gun to function. Charlie's in the trees. Titanium at only about 3.4 ounces. And this booster. I've held some really light titanium cans before. I don't know. I guess it's possible. Surely they wouldn't just wholly lie and go full scale production on something like that. Because of the added paperwork involved for both you and them, it's kind of a pain in the ass to fucking put out a shitty product. It's an NFAI. It's a big pain in the balls to mess with sending it back and getting them to warranty it and then return it to you. Like, it just carries a whole extra layer of like legal unloading and buffering. A whole extra layer of legal. I don't know the words for it. Like, once it's paid for, it's got a name to it. It's got to go from you to them, then to you. And you've got to ensure that sucker should have vacuum nondescript products. I bet if that's what they're advertising, and you've seen some reviews, especially if some interviewers, somebody like TMT's got a small channel, and they're not like affiliated, they're not a Mac or a ID8888 or somebody like that. Maybe up to the size of like a DLD or somebody. If they're having good luck with it, then it's probably legit. I imagine 3.4 ounces is probably light enough at the time. But honestly, the weight is half the reason why everybody fucks up the reliability of their pistols, putting comps on them. If you're going to use a comp, I know I'm switching up subjects, but it irks me. I had like 3 people in one day ask about damn ramjet and afterburners. So you take a gun that's reliable, you change out the barrel, because you have to for those, because they don't thread on there. They have like an indexing groove, an indexing collar. and then the set screw to keep it from twisting. As you add that comp out on the end of the barrel, you're adding mass, and then the port in the comp changes the fluid dynamics of the gases, and they're blowing, they're pushing in the opposite direction of the barrel wants to tilt to unlock. So really, comps, to get the full advantage of them, you need to shoot saucy ammo. You can shoot hotter stuff. Like in 9 there, I say plus P. But if the whole point you're getting is because you want to reduce recoil, then you don't want to shoot plus P ammo and increase the recoil. So it's like this catch-22 where like you've bought this thing to reduce recoil, but now you got to shoot the hotter ammo to make the gun reliable so it kicks more. So I don't know. It seems pointless. I think it's just people wanting to Gucci out stuff. And it's a drop-in fit thing. And they do look clean, like when they're installed and stuff. Look clean, they look fresh. But like, you can't buy skill. So that was just irksome. And I hope if Pat's listening to this, he doesn't feel personally attacked. Like, this is just my flavor of autism, I guess, my irk. You know, my gun stuff is rooted in logic, like in performance before aesthetic. There's a problem with aesthetics. Like, paint your shit. You're at pussy pink if you want. I don't care. Like, do you? But I don't think you should drop like 200 plus bucks, almost 300 bucks on a barrel like comp that fucks up your holster compatibility, reduces the reliability of a pistol that works perfectly fine out of the box, just for the gram. But yeah, the 3.5 ounce titanium can probably works all right. You'd be really disappointed to find out after the fact if it doesn't, since you're not literally but effectively married to it for the rest of your life. Unless you've got a trust put together and you have somebody you don't really care about a whole lot on your trust, that you give it to them to like be the primary custodian of. But then who would you dislike enough to put on your NFA trust? You don't think so? Like, that would make sense. But yeah, quite some reviews. People saying good things. Cool. I think they're a big enough company; they'll probably be around a while. Oh, I guess when they updated StreamYard, I haven't been on my own StreamYard since then. So they updated it, they blew away all your saved banners. Oh no, there they are. So I'm up in the chat and listen, you're here. Keep that thing on. I have a cicada on it. Some sort of bug that I can reach my shoulder blade. Sweaty and itchy and it's tasty. I hope it's not one of them bush flies or short flies or whatever sneaking so it'd be. If I go to smack at it and it bites me back, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh. Just talk about all things pew related. And like Reese said, like, share, and sub. Hopefully aren't on YouTube and Instagram. Oh, it was one of those things. And it bit me. I just dropped y'all while a car driving the street saw it all happen. I hope they're laughing. Looks like an older couple. Slapped the shit out of myself. And slapped my phone and stepped on my phone. But I didn't break my phone. Go Amazon, $10 case. I don't know how much of all that y'all heard, but evidently I kicked myself in the StreamYard in the process. Am I still live? I'm down to 3 people. You turn the camera off, everybody goes away. That was something to look at. And Daddy's not your showgirl. we get for checking the other shoulder blade. I was like, first time I was willing to chalk it up to imagine things, but then I reached over, tugged my shirt on the other shoulder blade. He bit me. Bastard. I look like some sort of crackhead to those people flapping around, stomping on the sidewalk. Top show up on me doing a welfare check in there. Little town, nothing better to do. Another little town, about probably more than 10, but not 15 miles away. Last week they had, what they're investigating is a murder. Interesting to see what the outcome of that is. Checking, doesn't look like we broke the cameras on the backside. I'm still alive. TMT, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm at 6.1 miles. I'm like 7 and some change when I stepped off. Well, when I stopped the equal and left. I don't know about no fucking 100 miles a month, but we're putting a little sweat equity in. I think it's going to be the last lap, though. I put them working in the yard shoes, and once it's back to the rotation, put those on to go walk. And then once you just slip on, you don't have to do it anymore. I'm getting a hot spot on my left foot. That's 6 miles for the day. I had already walked. I don't know why I said 7. I was at 7,000 steps today. I'm sorry. I was like 7,000 some change before I went live. Stopped at TT. I'm at 13.4K steps right now. I was probably about 3.5, almost 4 miles when we started the live stream. Yeah, when the gun store's busy, it's kind of like being at the bar on Friday night. Watching people want to, lay you down for a box of ammo or just start on headboard. Ask to give them something like Cody Ugly, but older and maler. Less sweat, more piss smell. Back to the bowels of hell. Our adventure dare not wander alone. Fate, but determined nonetheless. But words persist, and so do I. I guess it's been a nice change of pace, stream-wise. Good blend between Sunday evening chat and TT's Tuesday night chat, which she may or may not do. He should self-promote in his Discord more, or he just decides to pop up like a spring shower and do a kitchen room can chat. An extra 10 seconds to record this. Hey, y'all, I'm getting ready to go live. Build that self promotion. It doesn't actually advertise for himself. We had beef and cheese taquitos, Mexican rice, and cheese dip. And just carb heavy, delicious. And overall, probably minimum more nutritious than the pizza I was going to default to. So I was like, no, this is what I'm doing next tonight. We have Mexican on 3 nights this week. We got carnitas for another night. And, Chipotle chicken she really liked. I'm walking in and talking. I think everybody's gone. It is getting late though. East Coast, it's witching hour. So all you degenerates that are still up on the East Coast, you're wrong. And West Coast people, the damn sun's still up. I don't think I have anybody that subscribes to my channel that's on the West Coast though. Take Mountain Times where people are interested in what I have to say in. Tacos are delicious. I have this desire to be more adventurous in my culinary aspirations, but I have picky eaters, so I don't. I would like, if you really like Austin, to have one of them Lifestone grill and griddle things. It would be like, more than 2 or 3 things at once. So I could let you tacos, whatever, vegetables and stuff going, and meat. Throw down a little sweet taco tortillas, heat them up, or do the cheese crusted tortillas, all that stuff. All right, get some sleep. I am one right hand turn, 700 yards from home. So I'm not long for myself. I guess now I got a shower. What am I saying to the other one? TST is the best taco. And we can agree to disagree. A whole lot of things Arkansas doesn't have good. But there's not a lot of things Arkansas got bad. Central time zones not. Like backwards the same. You don't know time zones and central time zone. The rest of y'all are wrong. And you know that's right because anytime you're watching an advertisement for a show on TV, they got to tell you 8, 7 minutes long. And then if you're on the East Coast, they still got to tell you what time it comes on since. How do they know? How do you know? Switch ears, let the puppy breathe. Although I don't know that the back of my head was any less sweaty than the ear. I guess we'll find out if these headphones are meant to be sweaty or not. I ran out in the pop-up rain the other day to run the trash can. Run the trash out to the trash can. Got a little drop or two on it. That worked fine. But I don't know if they're meant for being just outright sweated on. Go make tacos. We'll shut her down. Into the light. Like a moth to a flame. Monday, 14 July, 2025. It's lawfully armed. I'm going to stay lawfully armed. Signing off for now. Catch me on Tactical Muffin Tops channel Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes Sundays too. And then on the Apolitical Prepper channel, Apolitical Biker channel, formerly Elon 420, Sunday nights for the Gay Frogs chat. Yes, Katydids and common grasshoppers and freaking oh, go back to the beginning. You'll know. Anyway, have a good night. Hey, Groundbird, you're just getting here. I was just getting ready to sign off. Superman was okay. Don't go watch it in theaters. Just wait till it's some streaming service. Save the money. But it was okay. Not great, but it was okay. Didn't feel like it was politically motivated terribly. Move more, eat less, kiss your loved ones. Don't get bit by biting flies or horse flies or split bees where the fuck bit me in the shoulder. If you go back about 15 minutes, you can hear me drop the step on my phone. Okay, thanks, love you, bye. Deuces.